really interesting times for you because Uranus is still in Taurus, and so is Mars, but also Taurus. 6 other planets are in Aquarius. And of course, Uranus energy and Aquarius energy are not separate. They are one and the same. Uranus is the ruling energy of Aquarius. It's the guiding energy of Aquarius. It teaches us how to broaden and expand our minds, but not to get crazy, to get real, to get responsible, to get right. What impacts us all, and what impacts one of us impacts us all. Do unto others as you would have done unto yourself. So there's a lot of old adages and traditions that actually come from this Uranian energy. The problem is when we get away from it and we lose ourselves. And I think that this is really interesting time for you, because this could be a time when you are being accused of or said that you have lost sight of something. That maybe you are a hypocrite or have gone against a tenet that you professed to hold quite dear. But that is also a tactic of undermining. It's a tactic of people who want you to change, so that life makes more sense, or that they have more say in your life, that life makes more sense for them, and they don't really give a shit about your happiness. This would be in terms of your love life, or, making comments about your love life or who you're with without even really wondering or asking, are you happy? Because that doesn't really matter. There could be a sense of tension right now of people pushing against you to kind of get in your face with the twist of what a hypocrite you are, in order to manipulate you into becoming their whatever it's whatever their version of right is. They want you to be. And that's not where you are right now. Where you are right now is time-honored traditions, because that's what Taurus energy does. It upholds traditions. But some things don't change. Some things are constants. You can even say in some ways, the laws of physics of this 3D world are not traditions, but they're laws, they're rules. And this is that sense of you holding tight and holding true and affirming those values, sort of being the conduit for these humanitarian and global ideas to take light and to take shape and take form in something real, into something tangible. And it would be very interesting if people did not try to shoot you down for it, or accuse you of certain things that you really weren't doing, but they want to draw you out and they want to instigate, because they want something from you. They want your energy, they want your time, and they want you working for them, even if you don't agree with them, right? So what do they say? No press is bad press. It's like even if it's making you look bad, it doesn't really matter, as long as their name is associated and it keeps getting attention. Ultimately, it's helping them. So I do see that, especially toward the beginning of this week, or with this energy right now, there are some explosions, people making you angry and making you address things or pay attention to things that you didn't want to ever address. And that's a loss, or it feels like a loss to you, to have to come out of that private place of yours and share something private that you never wanted to. It feels like a loss, but ultimately, it is going to be what you have to do. It's what you have to do to feel right about yourself. Somebody can't bring a fight to your door and just expect to have you be docile about it, because that's not your energy. And even though they're ready for that, you can still have this on your own terms. Just because you get angry doesn't mean you have to lose your head. Just because you are pissed, it also doesn't mean that you have to use their name. I would make it a point to impress upon everyone a reminder of who the hell you are and what your ideals are, Taurus. And then to know that you're not going to answer questions beyond that or address anything beyond that, because the rest is still your business. That's kind of like what I'm feeling right now. Now, we got an interesting set of cards. Black Jaguar, Old Soul. And isn't this true? Beautiful energy, mystical energy, sometimes frightening, but really almost calming. Old soul, walk through life with confidence and grace. You have power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. So this is a phenomenal time for you to manifest. Without doubt, without disruption. Yes, there are going to be haters, but it's almost like in some ways they're going to reaffirm what you already know to be true. Reaffirm. It will make you a little bit sad. I can feel the sadness, a little bit, disappointment of, my God, why do some people have to be fucking assholes? And the truth is, you can't take everybody along with you. And the people who don't deserve to come will reveal themselves along the way. Emotions are running high. And as the moon goes into Aquarius, which it should be right now, there's going to be a new moon. So a new start and a new beginning. Something new happening or coming out about you or about your life. Something new that you're debuting, or a start of a new job. This is something that you have looked forward to, but it holds a lot of weight for you. It's important. So it's not just a random, I turned the project in, yay. This actually has a lot of meaning for you. And it says, look at the bigger picture. And I think let's put it this way. This card tells me that you are looking at the bigger picture. And that's where the nerves are coming from, of all that this could mean for your future or to you, how it could impact you in all ways. And it's because you have this broad spectrum understanding of what's going on and how much, like how big this is on that broad spectrum, right? It's a lot. It's nerve-wracking. The end of a tough cycle approaches. So you did put a lot of hard work into this. That there's a wall that's finally been broken down or broken through. And this is a time for you to be able to lay it down and release it and just send it out into the world and see what comes from it, which I know is nerve-wracking. But here we have Virgo energy. You are good enough. It's just a message from angels straight out to say that, Taurus, no matter what happens, this is not your full future. It's almost like you're taking it as if it's everything. It's not everything. It's a right now. It is important, but you remember who you are. Remember how you've struggled and what you've survived your way through. So how then could you be afraid of it's almost like you've taken on this new persona and this is what's proving that you're the new version of you. But ultimately, that's not true. The only thing that you're always a new version of yourself every day. And the only thing that proves that you're a new version of you is your behavior and the impact and the demonstration of maturity that you can demonstrate right now and show in terms of self-control. It's hard because you do feel judged. Maybe you are being judged. You're being tested in some way. And that's probably true, right? But it is not all of you. And you've been through failure before. And no, I don't see failure here. But I'm saying you've been through it. Now is a really good time, and I said this in the daily, now is a really good time, Taurus, for you to, if you're running a marathon, take a pause, grab that bottle of water, run in place for a second while you drink the water, eat a little bit of the power bar, and then look back. Look back for 1 second. Don't move forward and look back. That's a recipe for disaster. But as you're just sort of running in place and get in your replenishment for your body. Get some for your soul too. Look back and remember how far you've come, because your success depends on you realizing and you getting inspired by what you have already achieved. And lots of times we don't see our past as achievements, because we see it as things that we don't want to go back to. Well, you don't have to go back to it, but that's the achievement. You finished it, you completed it. Remember how far you've come. During Mercury retrograde, this is an excellent time to do that. Surrender to the divine. You're not running alone. The good Lord is carrying you. And say, God, just take me through this next step, that one step at a time. So this is really about you giving it over to God. You put your all into this. You worked extremely hard. There's no two more hardworking energies than Virgo and Capricorn. You worked extremely hard. You were diligent about all of this. Now, you just got to give it over to God. A new start is coming, a new beginning. And it could very well be that now you have more free time, you can think of other things. You're not so bogged down. The joy of this moment isn't just that you've completed it, or that you're taking the test, or the big debut. It's also that now you have so much more time to focus on those things that maybe you had to put aside for a while. So how beautiful you are to be at that part of your life. Don't let your past hold you back. And the only way to let it not hold you back, because this is Sagittarius energy too now, because our south node is in Sagittarius. It's about thinking too wide, too broad. It's like it becoming your comfort zone to think about the big picture, because you don't want to actually look at the minute right in front of you, right? It's about getting uncomfortable and being okay with maybe even criticisms. But ultimately, it's a statement of releasing your past. There's something in this new direction, or what you're letting go of, that represents your past to you, and kind of a triumph over it. Put others first and open your heart. Well, tell me that this is altruism. I can't say it like that's what it is. And with Uranus in Taurus and Aquarius jam-packed with all other energies, this is a sense, including Venus, which is your ruling energy, right? It's your ruling energy is Venus. And that's in Aquarius now too. This is sort of having this broad-minded understanding of what's right and what's wrong and what you can do now. It's almost like your energy is shifting less to all about you and more to all about others. Dare to be happy. Dare to take this time and just allow yourself to have pleasure right now. Maybe ride on somebody else's shoulders for the time being, right? It's almost like you've spent so much time in your life justifying or validating your existence through your hard work or your work ethic. And now is a time for you to receive and allow. Invest in your spirit. We talked about that a little bit, about what you need to do to renew your spirit and to inspire yourself, because that's really the impact on the future that you have now, is through inspiration. Seek an expert. This could be literally go get help, go get a psychiatrist, go get a counselor, or go to a doctor. But could also be just somebody that gets it. Advice coming into you, a spiritual advisor. Even though that may not be something you would normally do, with all your energy so impacted by Aquarius right now, Taurus is the Hierophant, right? It's usually religion. This isn't about religion or tradition or established systems. This is about actually opening your mind to something a little bit out of the ordinary that you might not have tried before, but ultimately it's where you're being called to right now. And this is your chance to do that, to see if somehow you will be able to incorporate this into a universal wisdom, something that you can apply to the rest of your life. Answer the call. This is a deeper call. What call? The call is usually like it's on you. You're being pulled into the direction of your soul, and there's no time to say no to it. Pleiades. double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. What is your soul calling you to do? You're shifting. Your shift is coming out of sort of 3D resources and how you can make money, you know, like 3D concerns. It's shifting. It's shifting to your soul. What's right for your soul? The crumbling. What are you clinging on to? There's definitely something that you have to let go. It's time. It's crumbling because it's not supposed to stand anymore. You know, this could be like a degrading of a relationship or degrading of, and not necessarily in a bad way, just in a way of, this has to change. You can't put the renovations on the house and keep the house the same. Walls have to come down. So what has to come down to really make room for your vision, or the vision of the future, which is what Aquarius asks us to think of, not necessarily maintaining the buildings that we already have, but what buildings are we capable of creating? And where can we make room, because what buildings are not working for us anymore? So it's like, yeah, there is a clearing out of the old to make way for the new vision. What will be the new stabilizer for years to come? Child and book. You could have a child that's learning, a child that's in school, or just have an open-minded innocence to, this is the first time you've taken these classes, right? It's something is broadening and expanding a part of your mind that didn't know any of this existed before you got to this point, before you picked up the book or took this course or was introduced to, or had time to actually focus on learning. Because up till now, I just feel like everything was based on what you already know. And now you're heading into what you don't know yet. And that's really the power of the now and this moment, is there's so many possibilities. And you have your heart and it's intact. And I don't think it's a coincidence that Venus, your ruling energy, is in Aquarius. It's saying friends, community, the broader picture, the bigger picture that's not about me, but about what I can do for others. This broader spectrum. If you like this video so far, please like it and also share the video to your social media platforms. And then subscribe to the channel and ring that bell, hitting all notifications so that you know when I upload. I upload 12 to 14 videos a week, so you can find your sun, moon, and rising sign here. There's new inspiration every week. They are not time sensitive, but they come out new every single week. And like I said, sun, moon, rising sign, check them all out. Check out other signs. All 12 will be up here by the end of the week. Taurus specific comes out on every single Thursday by 6 a.m. There's also an extended always, and that is a less philosophical conversation with oracle cards like I have on the table, and it's a more specific, detail-oriented tarot. This is what's going to happen. These are the challenges. This is how you're going to make it through. And included in that extended reading is a second reading, which is your romance reading. So it's 2 in 1. It's 2 readings, a romance reading and the extended tarot card reading, both in the extended. You can subscribe directly to that platform as well. And when you do, you'll get access to those extendeds about a day before the link comes up here. And you'll get access to my weekly astrological forecast, which is absolutely for free. And it just goes through day by day, the general energies you can expect each day, looking forward into the week. Also, I invite you to join me on Instagram because I go live there Monday through Friday to do a daily tarot card reading and talk to you guys. So you can find me at born_without_boundaries, and I'd love to see you there. Let's look at this. The animal totem cards. For Taurus, please. Animal totem for Taurus. Let's see what's going on and what messages are really impacting you right now. Okay. Okay, so Okay. All right. Think on your feet. So this is improvisation, also Sagittarius energy. So what does this mean? It's not about distraction. It's about making room to receive. It's about opening your mind, not putting your mind in so many different areas you're distracted. Because this could somehow have the impact of like the 10 of Wands, where you're taking on too much, you're distracted, you're trying to do too many things at the same time. This is not that. This is deciding to be curious about things. Well, that could have been. It could have led to you taking on too much because you're actually curious about things. You wanted to learn about all these things, and you didn't realize that focus is what you need right now. Take a leap of faith. So this is definitely improvise, going with the flow. If it interests you, follow your heart and don't worry where you land. That is not your energy at all. But it does say that ultimately it's the break that you need from the mindset that you've been stuck in. You need to do something spontaneous. And maybe you have, because this is coming out in the past. So it could very well be that we're talking about something spontaneous that you decided to engage in. You normally wouldn't have done it, but you decided to do it and co-create with spirit. It had broader implications or impacts on your life. Maybe you weren't aware of how imperative it is, but it was actually fate that was guiding you to it. And then believe in yourself. It was teaching you how to be confident of your own wits and have your wits about you instead of, worrying, maybe I'm not prepared. Well, you bring your preparation with you. You bring your strength and experience with you. And then you just go day by day. And then we have truth transcends illusion, Aquarius energy, the truth rising out, seeing the truth. So, in other words, realizing something, all of a sudden recognizing something. It's not even a self-realization. It's just like seeing something before you that you never knew existed. That's kind of what it is. And it could be a group or a people or going overseas, traveling overseas, broadening your mind through the experiences of other people that you didn't normally have access to. But this is be at home. So maybe it was actually going home. Hold on. So maybe it was actually going home that helped you realize which direction you actually wanted to go in. There were ties. Make your dreams real. Suddenly inspired you. 5 + 6 is 11. So awakening to your capabilities. After returning home, act as if you weren't necessarily ready to jump right in. And in a way, you just kind of sat on the sidelines and wanted to learn a little bit more. Maybe you didn't make a big fuss or a big ruckus because you would have rather just listened and learned instead of, diving in head first. But you kind of already were there. It was like you dove in head first and then you held on. You were like a fly on a wall. You're like, okay, I'm in this new situation, but I'm not. I need to get comfortable with it. But this is also a sense of something starting to peel away. Something becoming very recognizable. It was there all along. Chameleon's been coming out in every reading. So this is literally something that was there all along, but you're just starting to realize it now. Lay a solid foundation. And it has to do with your home life. Maybe a different way of looking at your parents or a different way of looking at your lineage. Recognizing that there were aspects of your own personal dynamic, your own personal life that you didn't see. It's like somebody, this new experience had to draw it out for you. Use your mind wisely. So it's achieving the impossible and bringing in even more abundance to you. Clear out the clutter. Something's becoming very evident at this point of what you need to release and let go. Because that's what this is. You're transforming. This is a transformative period for you. You're not supposed to be the same person on the other side of this. Or you're not supposed to want the same things. And it's almost like you kind of feel okay with that. It's like, I can put down the crown. I can lay down all the pressure I've been putting on myself. Now I finally have a feeling like I can take more time for myself and not push as hard. This is your self-realization period. Let's get into your angel messages. For Taurus, please, for Taurus. Adventure. Wow. Instead of seeing the current situation as an obstacle, oh, there was one more card here. Let it shine. Something that you've been holding back for a long time. A truth, a reality, maybe things that you were ashamed of. Now it's like you know how to address them, speak to them, honor them. A big reveal. It's got something to do with a big reveal that is linked to truth and your future. Like once you pass through this door, your future will not be about your past anymore. It will be entirely about new ground. Instead of seeing the current situation as an obstacle, try seeing it as an adventure. Explore all the possibilities. There are many more than you currently imagine. Instead of seeing things as either black or white, try to explore all the colors in between. And this is really a time for you to strike out on your own, in a new way. Chase those rainbows. It doesn't matter where they lead. It doesn't matter where they lead, or that maybe you'll never find the rainbow's end. You're not supposed to. It's the journey that matters. Forgiveness. Let the past go. Clear your heart and mind through forgiveness. Positive thinking. Positive thinking is vital in creating a healthy and abundant life. A positive attitude, along with positive beliefs and thoughts, are crucial ingredients for creating happiness. Don't worry, think, love. Your focus is shifting onto a much more softer side of your life. Trust, all will work out well. We, your angels, are here to nurture, protect, and heal you. Trust in the healing power of our love. We love you more than you will ever know. You need to let this shift happen. And then faith. Do not lose faith. The storm clouds will soon clear and the sun will shine once more. What does that mean? Let's go to tarot. I will see you in the link below. I'll see you guys.